If anybody wants to get into porn, I have 2 pieces of advice for you. 1, your first gangbang is the only lucrative one. And 2, never let someone take a picture of your feet for less than $20.
You hear that, class? We're gonna take a quiz.
I've got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. I'm hot for teacher.
Hey, welcome to HILF, History I'd Like to Fuck, where history is a party and everybody's coming. I am your host, Dawn Brody. And now normally, as you know, it is you, me, and my guest, right, in an intimate little 3-way around my kitchen table. But today, you've joined a crowd live in my favorite comedy club, and we're doing this on stage, girl. Ooh, this episode was recorded live on Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. It was the eve of America's Independence Day, and we're at Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, California. Oh, and you're about to meet my friend and comedian Lauren Harding for a quick undressing of King George III, yes. And then we go full frontal on my personal HILF, George Washington, with everyone's favorite stepmom, adult film star Ryan Keeley. And check this out. Okay, Ryan not only dazzles with her knowledge of history, she's so smart, but she comes dressed in full George Washington regalia. Like wig to boots, man. It's fantastic. And yes, you are going to want to see it. Okay, so if this audio version does not satisfy, girl, don't panic. You got clips from this show currently on Instagram, and my Patreon subscribers, man, they've been sit back. They watched this whole video already. They may have watched it 6-7 times, beginning to end. So you can join them, and you can get access to the whole video right now. And of course, you could always come and see it live. Yeah, for yourself. Okay, HILF Public School is live every first Thursday of the month. Click the link in the show notes and you can get your own tickets. And then you stop by and you say, "Hi, Dawn, I listen to your podcast." They'll go, "Oh my God, you do? What's HILF?" As for right now, you have just taken your seat in the sweetest little theater in the valley. Your best friend's next to you. You got drinks on the way. The lights are going down. Let's get started.
I've got it bad, so bad. I'm hot for teacher.
Who here has a HILF? They want to tell me. What's your HILF?
Anything regarding slavery.
Slavery.
Remember that?
I do remember that. You know what the good news is? They're telling us wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah, turns out we've been getting really worked up over nothing all these years. It was some kind of employment and economic. These fucks. I know, these bullshit, exactly. These fucks. Is there a particular incident or figure in the history of slavery that curls your toes? Thomas Jefferson. Oh, honey, now you're of our founding daddies. You know, that's the subject of our HILF tonight. Thomas Jefferson, what a complicated guy. I'm not gonna lie, I chose the best. I was kind of like, I can't. I tried all night to get my fingers in there, but you get the idea. Thank you very much. Very, very much. We get the idea. Anybody else burning now that you've had a chance? You want to yell your HILF?
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. Ooh, are you in the right place? Paul Revere. 1 if by, 2 if by, and then he got his titties on that horse. And he ran all, "They're coming, the English are coming, the British are coming." And then do you know what happened when we got to the end of that ride? Do you know what he saw? The first shots at Lexington and Concord. He got off that sweaty-ass horse and was like, "Everybody, holy fuck. I was so right. I'm so glad I didn't do all that for nothing." Oh, I love this stuff, man. I mean, this is the whole point, right? Is that history is stories and it's human stories, right? And the only thing, in my opinion, that's better than history is the present. Right? Because the only thing the present has, in my opinion, over history is this: us. and we can change what we do today. We have impact on today. Breakfast this morning is history. You know what? You put a bunch of cheese on your fucking hash browns, that was on you. And there's nothing you can do about the cheese you put on those hash browns now. Do you put any cheese on your hash browns for dinner? Maybe you did. Maybe you already ate your artichoke dip. It doesn't matter. We're here now in this moment. And so right now, friends, is July 3rd, 2025. And it's the only July 3rd, 2025 that any of us are ever gonna have. And I'm so glad that you are here with me tonight, okay? And so in honor of July 3rds of yore, we're gonna get a little foreplay into our health and get into some July 3rds and see how we stack up. All right, AJ, let's go to the first one. Here's 1978. On July 3rd, the Supreme Court ruled that George Carlin's 7 dirty words can't be aired on the radio, right? Now, some of you are like, do we consensus no George Carlin's 7 dirty words? Here's your quiz, audience. Who can tell me the 7 words? Shout them out if you know them. Go ahead.
Shit.
Piss.
Cocksucker.
Motherfucker.
Bitch.
No, bitch is a good one. I love bitch, but it's not in the 7.
That's as far as I got.
Okay, we have shit,
Piss.
cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, and then there's 2 more.
Cunt.
Cunt is a great word. Didn't make the list, sadly. Asshole didn't make the list.
Cool.
Oh, love the passion. You know, like I'm offended, but I wasn't on there. Let's show him, AJ. Let's show him. The 7 dirty words. Say it along with me. Fuck. Oh, cunt was on there. You were right. Fuck, cunt, shit, piss, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. One more time. Fuck, cunt, shit, piss, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Ooh, what a great... Really, all around, I think everyone did great. Can you believe it? It was 1978, and some douchebag in traffic was listening to a radio station. His 15-year-old douchebag son sitting in the back seat, and George Carlin's 7 dirty words you can't say on television came on, some well-minded radio station, and this guy said, "Oh, just offended. Oh, my son, my 15-year-old son in 1978." Is probably, hearing these words for the first time. And he sued, and it went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And they said, no, you can't say those words. Isn't that crazy? He said you couldn't say them on television. You didn't know you can say them on the radio. All right, so that's 1978. Here's another big July 3rd. AJ, go on to the next one. July 3rd, 1984. Back to the Future is released, and I think we can all agree the world's a better place. Yes. Having Back to the Future in it, right? Now, for those of you, how many people here, by applause, have been on the Universal Studios backlot tour? Yeah, amazing, right? A handful of times. Heads up, this gal right here, she drives them trams around. I know. So, like, she and King Kong. Like, there's absolutely Back to the Future. And here's a trivia for you. Don't say it, Kimmy, because I know you know it. Give them at least a chance. In the original script, the time machine was not a DeLorean. Okay? It wasn't even a car. Does anybody know what the original script called for as the time machine in Back to the Future? You don't know? I love knowing things.
Phone booth?
A phone booth is a great guess. Anybody know? Go ahead. Go ahead, Ryan.
It's a refrigerator.
It was a refrigerator. And Steven Spielberg was like, kids are gonna get in the refrigerator if I make this movie. But the odds of them finding a DeLorean, right? Very rare. Big fan. Okay, last one, AJ. Big July 3rd. 1775. General George Washington takes command of the Continental Army. Okay, so here's what's happening tonight, guys. I asked y'all what your HILF was. Some of you knew right away. Some of you were like, oh, that's kind of interesting. George Washington is my HILF. I've known that long before I studied history, long before it became my passion, my job. I've always had a heart on for General George Washington. It's unreasonable, it's deep, it's passionate. I brought my books. This isn't all the books. It was the only books I could fit in my backpack and carry. My 1776 book is too big, and my reporting on the Revolutionary War is too precious to me. So I have the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, the Return of the King. This is my particularly nerdy. Ryan, you're gonna eat this shit up. This one is the letters and collection of George Washington. You guys, it's George Washington letters. Most of them are the boringest fucking shit ever. And I read every page of this thing like it was a penthouse. Like, he writes, and they all start the same way, which is, I just got your letter dated 3 months ago. So, I don't know if you've written to me since then. I don't know if you've died. I don't even know, right? So every letter in the 18th century starts with just a recap of like what we know. And I read the recaps. I love it so much. The depth of love for George Washington, my respect for George Washington, it's sick. It's dumb. We're going to get deeply into him. I have approximately 90 episodes of my HILF podcast. I've never HILFed to George Washington. Oh, you guys, I can't tell you what that reaction is doing for me. It's because I can't. Do you see what I'm doing up here? I'm gripping my pockets. I'm sweating. I'm shifting like a junkie because I want to tell you a lot about George Washington right now, but it's not time yet. Part of the reason why I haven't HILFed George Washington yet is because I didn't have the right person. That was like a big part of it, right? And I've been trying really hard to get his biographer. Her name is Alexis Coe. She wrote the most recent biography about him, and it's called You Never Forget Your First. It's great. And I have emailed her. Her people responded, she's so busy. And I was like, I know. Damn it. And I was like, well, who do I know who is even smarter than Alexis Coe? You know what I mean? Who would be able to go hard? Who would be able to fuck this history with me like a real fucking professional? And guess what? I found a fucking professional, which is to say she is a professional fucker. She's an adult film star. She is also one of the most brilliant people I know. And she is my special guest tonight, and I am going to introduce you to her a little later on in the show. I'm so excited! I can't stand how excited I am. And then I have a lot of nipple flicks and some pinky stuff before we get there that will keep you guys turned on and loose for history for the remainder of the show. Okay. Here was my question. Yeah, a trivia question for everyone. This was my question. True or false? George Washington was made of dicks. True. You're okay. We're off to the right start. And listen, I have coming up next for you guys. She is one of my favorite people and easily one of my favorite comedians. She performs everywhere. Her comedy is on Sirius XM radio. Please give a big HILF Flappers welcome to the very funny Lauren Harding. So here's what I told Lauren. I said, I'm going to HILF with you. She goes, okay, I'll wear a belly shirt. Right? Because we don't know what that means. She's like, what is HILFing? I don't know what this means. Well, a HILF is a history you'd like to fuck. Do you have a HILF, a history subject of which you are particularly fond?
I guess it would be what I go down the internet rabbit hole about. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I like to look at the stars, like the golden age of cinema.
That was Kim's thing too. You love the Hedy Lamarr.
Oh my God, the first thing that popped up
Right?
was Hedy Lamarr.
And what do we know about Hedy Lamarr, class?
Married to Charlie Chaplin.
Fuck, no. Kim says no. I feel like that's as good as the internet. No. But she did kind of invent the internet.
She was a genius.
She was a genius. Yeah, she was a genius. She did a titty film It's true. She did a titty film in Germany. Yeah. And Hitler was a huge fan of her movie. This is true. And she married this guy, and he used to invite her and her husband over, and they'd like talk about her titty movie and stuff. And she was like, I think I have to go. I'm paraphrasing. What about founding fathers? I've mentioned my lust. Look at this fucking guy. Ugh. That is, of course, you should know that, of course, is not taken from history. AI helped me out with this. My buddy Joe Dressel is an artist. Here's what he told AI, right? We said, we want sexy George Washington. These were my prompts. Looks like he wants to fuck you. Check. Keyword, uniform. Yes. Classy. Yes. Like, he'll leave the wig on. Do you have a founding daddy that you're particularly fond of?
He's not considered founding, but JFK.
Yeah. That president. Did you see what she did in her stool there? Woo. Yeah. What is it about JFK that curls your toes?
I mean, he's just handsome, and I feel like earnest. Like I trust him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rich, dead, uncomplicated.
I mean, yeah, rich and dead. It's better than rich and alive. I mean, when you're
You're married.
the old guy game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's what I want to hilf with you. This is kind of foreplay leading up to my boy. Oh my God, George Washington. Fuck. I wish I was kidding about this. If you want to peruse a book, yeah. Oh my God, they're gonna have to do something with these stools. But this is one of my favorite things. When I can get a hilf where I can bring past, present together, that's when I get particularly turned on. And this one, it comes to us from the No Kings protest. Did you go to the No Kings protest? Woo! 2.5 weeks ago, we said No Kings. You guys went. Yeah. Rainbow-haired lesbians were highly represented at the No Kings protest. Yeah. Be like, no kings, no dicks. We have a list of things that we're not into. Did you guys go to the No Kings? Yeah. It was and it was easy because that's our thing. And you don't have to be on any particular party to be like, yes, we don't like kings. That's true. But this hilf that I'm going to do with you is the OG king. Okay. We didn't like AJ. Go to our first thing here. It's this guy. If you're into Hamilton, you'll be back. That king. So here's my quiz. I'm going to keep score. I've been drinking for hours. Oh, that reminds me. Nikki. Can we hear it for Nikki, the server? Right? She's so cute. She's helping everybody. Nikki, at your next convenience, would you bring me a Maker's Mark neat? Yes. Okay. So this is the guy. He's featured in Hamilton. You'll be back. You guys know who it is. This is the quiz. It's going to be you, audience, as a collective versus Lauren. Okay? I know. So this first question goes to you, Lauren. You get to answer first. Do you know what king we were against in the Revolutionary War?
So my first question is, who's that?
Okay.
Okay, that's everything.
That's okay. No, that's fine. If you're a big Hamilton fan, for the Hamilton fans out there, that's the King. It's the only white guy in the cast, and he's a nerd, which I appreciate. But wait, let's go ahead to the next one, AJ. Let's show her the real guy.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Still sassy.
Yeah.
Still fun. Very got his silk socks on. He's got one little hip kind of bam.
And leaning, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what king we fought our independence from? King Lear. Hey. Let's hear theater kids rejoice. King Lear, I'll take it. It's a king. She could have looked at my notes. She didn't even try to sneak a peek. What about you, audience? You know the king? Go on. Oh, they even knew the number. Bam! King George III. He had daddy issues too. Okay. All kings do. Okay, yeah, king. You know things. Yeah, King George II, also a dick. They're down the line. Pretty much jerks all the way down. So this is him. Now this is him in around 1776. He's looking great. His lips are glossed. His hair is tight, yeah, and the middle of the 18th century, this guy's fucking killing it. You know, like, he had for centuries, it's been England versus France, England versus France, England versus France, and then that fight went all the way to the colonies, and we called it the French and Indian War. They called it the 7 Years' War, but it was the French versus the French in America, and England beat France. Woo! And then the English colonists were like, that was fun. And then the king was like, that was expensive too. And we need you to pay us a ton of fucking taxes because beating the French took forever. And then we were like, we didn't actually care. We were just doing it because like you were upset. Again, I could be paraphrasing. But King George III thought that this war in America was going to be a fucking breeze. He could not have been better advantaged at the beginning of the Revolutionary War. He has all the guys. He has all the ports. He has governors and troops in all the major cities. He has the only navy in the fight, and it happens to be the single biggest, best armed navy on planet Earth at the time. Nikki, you could not be coming at it better. You're empty-handed. No, you're out of makers. No, that's okay. Jameson.
That's okay, Jameson. I love it.
I was so sad for a second though, but then I was like, never mind, Jameson's great. So King George III is doing it, and he's like, this is gonna be no big deal, right? I'm gonna crush these guys. But there were some voices in England that were like, I don't think we should though, because they're kind of English. I feel like they're kind of English, like they just fought for us, and also it feels like a bad guy thing to do, and I feel like maybe we're not bad guys. But then there was somebody like, oh yes, Lord, right? They're grubby. Yeah. They have no shoes. Yeah. You, Lord, you're king. And they're disgusting. They smell. They sleep on the floor. Show them who you are. And can you go to the next? This is the particularly loudest voice. They all look the same. That's why I had to start putting names on these things. The Earl of Sandwich. Pop quiz. Okay, Lauren, I'm gonna give you this one.
Yikes, I hope so.
The Earl of Sandwich is the namesake of what?
So I flirted a lot in class.
Sure.
You know, like lab partner, hey, what do you get type thing.
And you were doing like the foldy things with like the syllabus?
Yeah, but you know, you could become a nurse even if you're a C student.
That's right. D's get degrees, you know what I'm saying?
Degrees, especially 2 D's.
Double
right.
D's get
Damn.
Well, let's see. There are some context
Yes.
clues.
Okay, of sandwich.
Ding! Hey! No, it was the martini. No, I'm just kidding. Of course it's the sandwich. The Earl. Now here's the thing. This cunt clearly did not invent 2 pieces of bread holding meat inside, right? But the trick is, it was poor people food, right? We didn't know we scooped up our fucking food with bread because we're dying out here, you assholes. And he was the first aristocrat to regularly ask his valet to bring him roast beef between 2 pieces of toast so that he could eat conveniently and keep his hands clean while, this is a question for you, audience, while he did what? With his other hand. What was our creepy little man doing here with his free hand for all those years? I have multiple choice. Yes, exactly. I have multiple choice. And here's what I love about a good class. You all collectively, God bless you. Can we hear it again for Nikki? Thank you so much. To you, to all of you, to history, to July 3rd. You look, and also when you're holding that book, so hot. Okay, so I will give you multiple choice. You take that pen. I just don't want to hold it anymore. Okay, so here are your choices. What did he do with his other hand? A, write.
Oh, okay.
The Earl of Sandwich was a wordsmith. B, gamble. Gotta have one hand free for the cards. Or C, fingering his mistress.
Oh, wow.
Like, I know what I hope he's doing. Don't touch it. You can have the pen. Don't touch the Jameson. What do we think, audience? I would like you to be the spokesperson. It's reparations. You speak for the whole crowd. You don't have to be the only one to answer. You can take their suggestions, but the answer I listen to comes from you. A, writing, B, gambling, C, fingering his mistress. A, writing. That's what they said. It's B, gambling. I like that you were like, fingering his mistress. You guys, look at her. She can't stop secreting juices with these fucking weirdos. It's obviously fingering his mistress. That's what we call a red herring. All right, but this is a 2. You got 1 point because you got sandwich, which is not that impressive, but it's good. King George III is also distinguished for his madness later in life. Did anyone else see this amazing movie from the 90s? Right? Helen Mirren. Yeah. Oh, HILF has movie suggestions. Yeah. It's good. They take liberties, but it's good. And he did go fucking batshit nuts. And part of the reason why you know this cunt went fucking nuts is because we know about it. Right? That you and I know this king went nuts, he went real nuts. And he went real nuts probably in front of a lot of people. Yeah. Because the reason we know about the madness of King George is because of letters, little diagnoses from his doctor's journal entries, this kind of thing. You guys ready for the hot goss? How crazy did he get? You want to know? Okay, these are the ones we know happened because multiple people said it from multiple perspectives. He spoke for hours. This is when he would get nuts. Pressured speech, I think they call this in the nursing business. It's also a side effect of antipsychotic medication and a symptom of bipolar, which is what people think he had. Pressured speech. He couldn't stop talking. It's almost like vomiting words. He would drool, and things would come out of his mouth. His voice would go hoarse. It would be like pain. His longest, apparently, in 1819 at Christmas, he spoke for 58 hours straight. Some fuck had to listen to that. Do you know what I mean? Somebody had to be like, oh, really, my lord? That's fascinating. Wow, yeah, no, we're writing it all down, Your Majesty. He also allegedly once shook hands with a tree he thought was the King of Prussia. Here's your question. I'm going to give it to you first, Lauren. As with most medicine from the 18th century, the cures were often worse than the disease. So which one of these treatments for his mental illness did he not have? Okay. And as a medical professional, I think you're going to be well inclined to answer this correctly. Okay. Which one did he not have? Okay. A, being put in a straitjacket and bound to his throne. Doesn't that seem terrible? Having caustic acid applied to his skin to draw out the evil humors. Massage therapy and free writing. Or being locked in a freezing room overnight. Which one of those did they not do? We have a straitjacket bound to the throne, caustic acid, massage therapy, free writing. Or being locked in a freezing room overnight.
I mean, it's either massage therapy or acid. And I feel like the acid might mess up his appearance. So maybe they wouldn't want to do that. But also massage therapy and writing is just too now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say they just did all the bad shit and not the massage therapy and writing.
Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly right.
Thank you, Shondaland. I watched, is this from Bridgerton? Like the backstory of the Queen? No, this is definitly George. I know Queen, yes.
Oh, didn't
he went crazy, yeah.
I think there's probably a lot more craziness than we thought going on. But here's what I feel. I feel like if we're going to go today, and our current heads of state, appear to be deeply interested in going back to the 18th century, right? And with abortion rights and with marriage rights, and let's just go back. And I feel like if we're really going to lose everything, that we could at least say, okay, we'll go back to the methods of the 18th century if you go back to the medical treatments as kings in the 18th century, right? I could get some dark humors. I have some ideas on how we could leech some dark humors off your fat ass. Okay, that showed a little bit of my politics there. Oh, thanks, guys. Before we move on from King George III, do you have any questions?
So this was the one, didn't he have like 16, 20 kids?
15.
So he was getting it in.
Word.
But he was. So the queen was doing it,
Mhm.
but he was crazy.
Sure. Well, and
Is
the
that wrong?
craziness,
Is that wrong?
hard to say. I'll tell you this: the royals historically don't have any qualms about hereditary illnesses. They're like, "Oh, your jaw is detached. That sounds like a new fad. It's just swept Spain." So that probably not. But and also his madness didn't really reveal itself until like after the Revolutionary War, and it was a little bit later. But he had most of his kids by then. Also, not a lot of choice, But here's the thing: so many times with kings and queens, it's about sons, right?
Yes.
And he did have a bunch of sons, but ironically, two of his sons, the two surviving sons, didn't have any sons
Yes.
themselves, which is why we have from him Queen Victoria. Oh, aren't we smart? Oh, you guys like that. You were like, I'm not turned on by it, but I'm glad I know it. Okay, good. Any of you have any questions for Lauren? Let me see if there was anything else about your family I wanted to know.
Yeah. Let's get into
Oh,
that.
the colonoscopy. How'd the colonoscopy go? Is he good?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Good. I did the thing where you poop in a box.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be 47. And they were like, oh, you have to poop in a box this year. They're like, or are we going to do the thing where we go up your pooper and you got to do a whole lot of stuff, or you can just poop in a box and send it in. And I was like, duh, I'm going to poop in a box. Then they sent the box I'm supposed to poop in, and I got really intimidated because, like, you have to do a little chemistry and you have to, like, put a thing. And I was like, oh no, just make an appointment and put something in my pooper. I can't actually do this. And now you know a lot about me. Ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause to my friend Lauren. You guys know why I'm getting the Jameson back? Because I have to emotionally prepare for what's coming next. I really thought, oh, we'll do King George III and I'll get it out of my system, but now we're going to move on to the other George. To do it, I would like to officially welcome to the stage my very special guest for the evening. Please give it up for the beautiful and intelligent Ryan Keeley! Hell yeah, General Washington. Damn. Oh, General Washington, look at your boots! And the thing, and the glitter. I mean, right? Oh, my God. You are a professional and a lady. Have a seat. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Keeley. I am so excited. I'm going to tell you the truth. The front row was here nice and early. And I came out here with my books. And I was like, pew, pew, pew. Was I not? I was like, have to get my books out because Ryan Keeley's going to be here. And she is, among other things, the most well-read woman I know. 100%. I said woman just because I was looking at your tits. She's the best read person that I know.
That's not true. Thank you.
It really is. Because I texted you and I said, would you be my very special guest for this HILF? And you said yes. And then you had two questions. You said, yeah, Dawn, I'll be there. What should I wear? And what should I read? I swear to God. And I was like, oh shit. Whatever. Oh. And then she goes, well, I have the Statue of Liberty or George Washington, and we debated what was best. I think we're clear.
I like that you asked me before you knew I had the costume, so I know that the.
Yeah, no, I did it. I was like, who do I know has a powdered
Now that I
wig?
have the costume.
You really do. Can I ask whence this costume came to you and for what purpose?
Pornographic films. A few years ago, I decided that it would be really funny to make one of my friends dress up as George Washington, and I was going to dress up as Lady Liberty, and you can see it on my OnlyFans, RyanKeeley.com.
Go right now! And this is, I really feel like such a wonderful opportunity as a class in our new public school environment to have an expert. And I do expect everyone to treat Ms. Keeley with the same respect that you treat me. Which is to say, yeah, howl and say things like, the profession of being an adult film star. And you are, now this, and she's been a guest on my podcast before. We discussed people can be in porn, and they
Yes.
should. Porn, bless
If they want to.
But
if that's
there's
a life
a-
choice they've decided that they will enjoy.
But she's a porn star. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a star, girl. You're a porn star. She's got millions of followers. You are on OnlyFans. You are, tell me, and you were telling me today, you were like, Dawn, girl, I've got international payroll I have to
cannot
manage.
talk about that right now, but there is some.
I want to know your account numbers. I want to know how much is in each account.
It's not as much as you would think. Honestly, the Daily Mail is fucking up my life because everyone's like, aren't you making $30 million a month? And I'm like, no. I'm top 1%, but no. No, those girls on Bop House are full of lies.
Sucks. Well, and I gotta tell you, I was so mad because you were like, Dawn, did you report me on the internet? And I was like, did I, like, for being awesome? I might have. Some dickweed went and created HILF podcast at hotmail.com. Like, look at me, I'm old, I'm not that old. And reported Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's
Copyright
content.
infringement, yeah. No, it wasn't. It was It was a flyer for the last time I came to a HILF live recording.
No.
And someone had the temerity to say that this flyer advertising a comedy show is their own protected copyright. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Yeah. So not even anything that is copyrightable. They reported me. Instagram has, I am now fighting with Instagram to get these strikes against my account.
Girl.
Yeah, I'm demonetized. These scammers want $2,000
Girl.
for me to revoke the request.
Girl.
It is a whole thing.
No way.
Yeah.
HILF podcast, I would wear a t-shirt.
You would
with
not have
your
a
tits
Hotmail
on it.
account.
I would never have a Hotmail account. God, it makes me mad.
Yes.
Sex is abuse. And this is the other thing. You are a mental health advocate. You are body, sex, positivity. You are a force for good in this world. And ejaculations.
Depends on the day, but yeah, I do like to make people feel good.
You make people feel good. And you're brilliant. Okay, and then she's got podcasts, girl. Okay, so if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, good news. She's a nerd. I Seduce the Dragon. Simply the greatest
It is.
podcast ever. If you want to find
My
moms
DM
and
is here right
yeah,
now.
Look at her. Look at what's happening
This
right now.
is My
Phones are
DM
up.
is right here
We don't
supporting.
mind. You guys, I feel like perhaps this is the greatest moment for me to take off my jacket. I can't stand how hot I am right
This
now.
is
Can we
why
make
I
it
was
hot?
back there and why I had to go.
It had to go.
No,
Okay, so
this is why.
It's-
I don't know
your
if
fan
the
is
wool,
nuts.
if I was in a historically accurate costume, if I'd be sweating more than I am in all this polyester. It's 50-50.
How do they do it?
How?
And wigs and wool.
Mhm.
No wonder you have to have slaves. You can't do this.
I knew there was a reason.
so uncomfortable. That was now. Can you fan my cleave?
Oh, yeah. Can I rumble your box and get a tequila?
Yep. Her name is Nikki. She'll do anything.
Hey, Nikki.
And Nikki,
Tequila
when we
is
see her,
also-
she's hard to miss. She's also a babe. Okay, so you can have some of my Jameson if you want. You're gonna look
No,
through my books, aren't you?
I need.
I knew it. I knew she was. I'm not lying. I put the books out here because I knew she'd be like, ooh. Okay, so the book that I had her read and she listened to it, which is I count, audiobooks count, is that Alexis Coe, You Never Forget Your First. She said, Dawn, what should I read? I said, read the Alexis Coe, You Never Forget Your First, because here's the thing. Her biography of George Washington is so good, and she was the first woman to write a biography about George Washington.
Which is crazy because this book just came out.
Just came out like 3 years ago, and she says, why do we need another fucking biography of George Washington? Everybody knows the wig and the thing and the hat. She's on her knees. Write it down. If you want Ryan Keeley on her knees, you got two things. That'll do it. And ironically, one of them is a stack of books about George Washington. Take that, Daily Mail, you fucks. And so she says, so I was like, maybe we don't need another biography about George Washington. We know it all. But then she was like, then I realized a woman's never written one that was meant for adults. They've written kids geared biographies, right? And so she was like, and I tried to figure out what it was. She goes, and all these biographers, do you remember what she calls them? All these men who've written biographies about George Washington, all reference early on, what? What part of his body?
His thighs. The thigh
thighs.
men.
She calls his biographers the thigh men.
Because they're so muscular. They're so firm. They're so good at guiding a stallion through wherever. Everywhere. You can just
his thighs.
Horse meat. Just
You guys, and
in
she
between his thighs.
Nelson, that's the name of his horse. Nelson. No kidding. And some of these biographers will start with like, okay, I'm not going to be one of these biographers that goes a whole book about George Washington was the greatest fucking man ever, because I'm going to go with a new, unique perspective, which was this: he was perfect. And those thighs, though. Honestly,
muscular.
and she references his previous biographers. She references the thigh men, and I appreciate that.
Was Nelson named for the admiral of the British Navy?
I hope so, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I was hoping that Prince was named after George Washington's horse, and that was because Prince's real name is Nelson. Okay, that was too deep of a dive for you guys.
Damn!
Prince's real name is Nelson, and I was like, after George Washington's horse? And they were like, Jesus, Dawn. Look at this. Look what Nikki did. Thanks, Nikki. We love you, Nikki. Dang, bruh. That's what my 6-year-old says to me now. Dang, bruh.
This is quite a stack you have here.
Oh.
Are you stacked?
I'm gonna put that top of my website's gonna say nice stack. Right. He was 6'2", so he was tall. He had reddish brown hair, and his thighs were, to be fair, awesome. And here's another reason why we know his thighs were actually awesome, and the thigh men were accurate, is because he wrote to his English tailor. Yes. And he would tell his tailor, they'd say, well, how do you want your suit? And he said, well, I'm 6'2", perfectly proportioned.
He was a bit of a dandy.
He was. And they'd send him the suit, and he'd be like, it doesn't fit around my thighs. And he'd tell, and the
Have to
letters.
ship it back.
I read the letters, you twats. I know what he said.
Is that in the letters?
It's in the letters.
Oh my.
You should go
Does he
through
have
them.
a letter to the manager?
He's a little Karen. He does put a little like, yeah. And then they send him another suit, and he's like, it's still a little tight. I'm perfectly proportioned. Dang. What was your, as you perused Alexis Coe's biography, was there anything in particular about General Washington that surprised you?
For someone who didn't have any biological children, he was obsessed with breeding.
Yeah.
Just real into animal husbandry.
Yeah.
The mule thing was very interesting. I did not know that the that it was illegal to export mules from Spain. He got a special dispensation because apparently the Spanish king is like, I don't know, the Pope of mules. And called in a favor to have a mule shipped over. And that mule didn't want to fuck. It was like a panda bear. Because he goes through all of this effort to get, because George Washington had a theory that mules were the animal that the country was going to be built on because they required so much less feed per, I don't know, out horsepower than an actual horse.
Mule power? Sure.
Mule power? Yeah. No, it was like the work you could get out of a mule is a lot more than you can get out of a horse.
Yeah.
And he was obsessed with them, and he got this special deal to get one all the way over. This mule comes across the ocean and gets, to Mount Vernon and doesn't want to fuck. And he's charging, was it $5 per stud fee? It was a $5 stud fee. And they couldn't get this mule to fuck horses. So they had to tease this mule by having other mules that are looking like real hot to trot, literally.
I see what you did there.
He had to have the fluffer mules.
You know, this is sort of like Spanglish, like using like foreign language crossing history.
They were Spanish mules,
Well,
okay?
Fluffers, sure. They needed a fluffer for the mule, absolutely.
Yeah, and the breeding thing was really. There was the dogs. He had all the dogs.
All the dogs.
He doesn't have any biological children, but are any of his dogs or any of that lineage in, show dogs today?
God, that's a good question. I suspect that if we were to go onto some kind of kennel club, Virginia fucking kennel
Westminster
club, Westminster,
show.
they'd be like, oh yeah.
Oh, I have
I'll
this
tell you
dog.
this
This
much.
dog is a descendant of George Washington's bitch.
I'd buy one of them dumb puppies. I'd be like,
I
oh
want to know how
yeah.
much it costs.
I'll tell you who was also into being the Earl of Sandwich. There is an Earl of Sandwich in the House of Commons today.
Yeah, well, he's an
They have
earl
been-
of a freaking island.
Yeah, because you get your dad, you fuck whatever.
Because it's
Now you're-
Duke Earl Marquis.
The Marquis. Q-U-A-S.
Marquis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dukes, Royal Dukes, it's Earls.
Earls,
Earls,
no,
yeah.
girl. I know. If you got a sash, though, I'll fuck you.
Hey,
Yeah, I
I'm not
mean,
just
what do I
America's favorite stepmom. Today I'm America's favorite founding
She is,
father.
but this is where it comes from because she's America's favorite stepmom. You guys, that's like her thing. She was Playmate, Penthouse Pet. No, not Playmate.
Nope.
Penthouse Pet.
I had a
See,
show
that's
on Playboy.
you know what I mean? That's like
there's beef. It's a whole thing.
There's beef.
Oh,
Between
yeah. Have
Penthouse-
you seen the magazines?
There's beef between Penthouse and Playboy. They fight.
Well, between Bob Guccione and Hugh Hefner, there was a long-running feud. And I can't legally talk about that anymore because of the information I have.
Oh, that's hot.
But,
All right. That's even
Hugh
hotter.
Hefner would not allow any model that had been in Penthouse to be Playmate because, he wanted them real fresh and new.
Yeah.
Young and malleable.
Sure.
Mm.
Well, you know what? He didn't do great. He's not doing great. Has anyone heard from Hefner lately? How's he doing? How young and fresh and fluffed is he? Well, everybody dies. I do want to, I have to stand up for this because I want to tell you why I love George Washington. I really thought about this, you guys. I had to practice this so hard. I'm going to try not to digress. There's 4 major things.
1.
Thanks. He was very good at military stuff, fighting. And that's fine. Lots of great leaders, Napoleon, fucking Alexander the Great. Being great at battle is great, and he does beat the greatest navy on earth, the biggest, baddest bad guy ever against all odds, and in part because of his own personal courage and fortitude. Yes. 2, after this unlikely win, was 1, he is asked to lead civically by a population that loves him. And he does. And 3, he doesn't become a tyrant.
We expect so little from men.
I know.
You did what we asked you, and you didn't let it go to your head.
it's
Well,
sweet.
too much.
Too much. But that's good. But look around.
I am aware.
And there aren't many that speak truth to power. We all kind of get like, right? But we just don't. They just don't. Historically, they just don't ever do what George Washington did. They never actually do it. They'll say they'll do it. One of the contemporaries, Napoleon. Napoleon is a contemporary. The French Revolution is a direct
Emperor
result of the
Napoleon.
American Revolution. And he fucks up. He does great. Then he fucks up. He gets exiled to an island twice. And the first time, I am touching your knee a lot.
Oh, you're allowed to.
I
as
feel
long as
like
you're
I'm
talking
taking
about
liberties.
the British Napoleonic
I don't want you to
Wars.
think that I'm taking advantage. I just do like your knee.
Thank you.
And it steadies me because she's dressed as George Washington. Napoleon. Yeah,
Does
the
anyone have
armpit's
any
good.
smelling salts? Smelling salts. Is there a doctor in the house?
But if I fall, I'm going this way. But Napoleon is contemporary. He's back. He's on his island. And everyone's like,
Elba.
Alba.
Mhm.
They were like, first Alba. This is right. Second one was Helena. She's like, I know the second one was Helena. He's on his island. And they said to him, Napoleon, you suck. We thought you were going to do great. Everyone's at liberty, independence, fucking man. You became an emperor, a tyrant, a dictator. And he writes in his letter, I would point to the book, but I don't have that book. He writes in a letter, Napoleon says, you thought I was Washington. Washington's still alive. He knows. He's like, you think I'm that good? No one's that good. No one's that good. I wanted to be king, man. And when George Washington won the Revolutionary War, everybody said, will you be king? And he was like, what the fuck have we been doing, you sluts? I'm paraphrasing. And he doesn't become a tyrant.
He doesn't become a tyrant. However, he did accidentally start a war.
Oh, well, the
but
French and Indian War.
Yeah, just kind of like randomly bumbled into a war, but
He did kind of start.
kind of, no, actually did.
He did. It wasn't great.
And,
But isn't
and not the one that we know about. There was an extra war. Like,
And it went okay.
did it? I don't think it did. I
The
think
Indians.
that actually, yeah,
And
no.
Actually, wait. Do I get there next? Oh wait, I'm almost there.
Okay,
You're gonna blow my hair back. With that hair, you're gonna blow my hair back. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
And this is the other thing I underlined here. He did not have any biological children, but he did marry Martha Custis, the very rich widow, which made his star really rose after this. Like, he had nothing, Martha had everything, and he was like,
Including a lot of dower slaves.
which is
Disgusting.
disgusting. Handy. Disgusting. But he also got from Martha Custis 2 children, right?
Yes.
Jack and
Oh gosh. They have
Patsy.
Patsy, yeah.
Jack and
Jackie
Patsy,
yeah.
which makes George Washington
Stepdad. America's favorite stepdad.
stepdad stuff. Stepdad. And I have daddy issues. I'll get into.
We're on stage.
Come on. And
It's a prerequisite. for
It's
this
a
job.
jazz hands, daddy issues. If you do this with your hands, you have no dad.
They won't give you a microphone if you don't.
And I do have a dad. He just isn't great. But no, yeah, stepdad, and he was a great stepdad, a dedicated, devoted. He treated those kids and gave them their. I mean, he was
He was a very good step
a very good step parent.
And he was a great grandparent as well.
And a great husband. Martha,
Great husband.
everybody was happy. The mules were probably. Also, you've been on a boat for like 3 months. I can't fuck if I've been on a boat for 3 months.
There was several years of the not fucking.
But give a couple. You're right. After a few months, I'd be like, the boat ride's done, bitch. I paid a lot. Okay, let's go to our next slide there, AJ. I've got General George Washington. Keep going. There he is. Oh, there he is. There. Oh.
Look at those thighs. Are they girthy?
Look at these. Look at these things. His little ballet slippers can hardly hold him up.
I know, that looks like an all-American wrestling thighs right there.
That is nice. And look at his hair. He doesn't have his wig on yet. He's still got his brown lush.
Didn't he have he was like Fred Astaire, his pockets had to be custom cut to fit his hands.
Girl.
That's a twofer when it
And
comes
this
to
is
facts.
him. This is him at 19. You can probably tell, youthful. He still has jowls. Like, I don't know why they gotta do that.
It was his teeth. It was
It was
because of his weird
his
teeth.
nasty teeth. You know his teeth.
And that's why his face changes in all portraits.
And they were wood, but they were also
No, they were
what
not
else?
wood.
There,
They were
there
not
was
wood.
some.
No, there was no wood.
There was some portion of the denture that was made out of wood, but the teeth themselves were not wood
Which set of dentures? Because he had multiple.
because they were so painful. My favorite were the ones that were slaves' teeth. Slaves' teeth and horses' teeth. God, it's fun.
I believe there was also carved out of ivory. There was a lot of, it was a menagerie in his mouth.
A lot of clacking, I suspect. A lot of clacking going around. Well, this is him at 19. He is in Barbados with his brother Lawrence. His brother had tuberculosis. Thought maybe they could go to Barbados to get a little loose. Here's the question. Now, I know the quiz we did with Lauren, you guys had now. Ryan Keeley's an entirely different beast. Okay, she knows a lot of shit. She knows about Nelson. Okay, she knows about things. So I'm gonna give her the first question, but it's up to her if she wants to do multiple choice.
Okay.
You guys will always get multiple choice when I come to you. Okay, so in Barbados with his brother Lawrence, he gets to meet a bunch of important military guys, and he also contracts what often deadly disease?
It starts, why am I forgetting this?
You can ask for multiple choice if you want.
No, because it starts,
She doesn't
the
want
one that starts with a D. Is it diphtheria? No, it's not. It's not malaria. It's
Nope.
not, smallpox was later. Martha Washington was inoculated for smallpox.
Bless
It
her
was
heart.
very stressful. She wasn't allowed to travel with her
RFK is
husband
like,
until she got vaccinated. Vaccination is an American tradition. Dyspepsia, no, that's something else. Thank you.
Dysentery, she
One of the
says.
top 3 ways to die on Oregon Trail.
You know, that's true. That's true. That's true. Oh no, you're dead.
Typhus or dysentery?
Uh-oh.
What's coming for you?
Looks like there was a mosquito somewhere in Montana. Now you're dead.
Well, this.
Now there's possible. I have no doubt actually that he may or may not have gotten diphtheria while he was in Barbados, but it was smallpox.
It was smallpox.
It was
okay.
smallpox, and this is two major things happened because
He
of
got
the smallpox.
sick a lot.
He got sick a
He
lot.
got sick a lot and
But
survived.
the smallpox, and survived every time. But the smallpox, the reason it's a big deal in Barbados is because it is why he doesn't have any biological children.
Yeah.
And that matters to us historically, because if George Washington had biological children, it is very, very likely that the powers in America and Britain would have tried to have exploited any of his children to become the king they wanted George Washington to be. That's how they always do it. You go after the heirs, right?
Yeah.
And so that's
There's
kind
no
of
line
key
of
to history.
succession with him.
Very important that there was no chance of getting another Washington to take the throne and use his father's name. And it's why he married Martha, because Martha already had her kids. And the historians are sort of split on when did he know he couldn't have kids, and at one point, because he was like, Martha, what's the problem here? You already have 2 kids. I've been fucking you all the time. Where are the babies, you know? And she was like, But it sounds like eventually he kind of came to terms with it. It's hard to know exactly what point. But he had them too. And Martha Custis, a very, very, very rich widow. She was still in her 20s, by the way.
She was everything you would want in a woman. You know, she'd already had her kids. She had the money. You're the second husband, so like she's already been broken in a little bit. Just saying. You know.
And he was nice to her. And that was the
very
fourth
nice.
thing. I told you military all the time. The fourth thing was domestic tranquility and a good guy. Okay. But we talked about the Revolutionary War, or the French and Indian War, okay? And here's a question. So she's got 1 point. No, she doesn't. She didn't get
That guy's
smallpox.
several.
That's because you led her astray. You said diphtheria. You were so cocky.
Dysentery.
All right. Dysentery, that's right. You said diphtheria, which is just fun to say. So you
And
can say it.
dyspepsia, yeah, I was just, throwing things at that wall.
Okay, so this one's for you, the audience. All right. The French and Indian War, young George Washington is fighting for the English against the French. Plot twist. Okay? And he has a very humiliating event takes place that
It's so dumb.
almost ends his entire military career and just kind of wipes it. It's also why when the Revolutionary War started, the British were hauling cookies over here, and they were like, "Who's in charge of the army?" And they were like, "Oh, let's see, George Washington." And they were like, "Ah, that nerd? We remember him. Oh, he fucked up. Yeah, he's not gonna be a big deal. We're not worried about that guy at all." So, here is your multiple choice. What happened that almost made him a no big deal? A, he accidentally slept in and missed an entire battle. B, While demonstrating a firearm, it misfired and hit a superior officer. Or C, during a humiliating surrender, he accidentally signs a document that also admits to war crimes. We have C, A, B, C. Ooh, alphabet soup up in here, Ryan. I'm still gonna make you the mouthpiece. You haven't lost. I feel like we have a relationship.
I don't know.
All right, so it was slept in, missed a battle, accidentally shot a superior officer, or surrendered and admitted to war crimes. B, shot a superior officer. It's C. Woo! Ooh, history teacher. My history teacher's like, this is the best night of my life. Absolutely, it was at Fort Necessity. And guys, not only did he surrender at Fort Necessity, it happened on July 3rd. All right, AJ, show us. I want you to pick, wait. Picture Fort Necessity in your brain. You can get a PhD in just George Washington's surrender at Fort Necessity. Oh, George Washington's surrender at Fort Necessity. Such a big deal. Almost went blah, blah, blah. Picture Fort Necessity in your mind. This epic battle, George Washington. You got it? Okay, now show us Fort Necessity.
Yeah.
It looks like a necessity. Necessary?
What the fuck is necessary? Go around it. Go over it. Don't fuck with it at all. I don't know. I feel like there's a homeless encampment next to my house, fairness. I gotta get around. Show me the next one. I got nerdy models of it with bodies all over. Look at that. This is. You're welcome. Mount Vernon has a little model of Fort Necessity with these little guys. I'm gonna tell you guys about the time I went to Mount Vernon. Okay, so I'm so embarrassed to tell you this, right? So newsflash, love George Washington. Really, Dawn? Yeah, and always have. And I never been to Mount Vernon, his home. Where the whole mule situation happened, and I like how much he likes Mount Vernon is part of the reason why I love him so much. When I turned 30, my sister said, "Where do you want to go? We'll take you anywhere." And I said, "Mount Vernon." And they said, "No, nerd, fucking nerd, no, somewhere fun." So we went to the Wisconsin Dells. Okay. I know. So your new friend Dawn Brody finds herself in Washington D.C. on a job. I can't say legally what job either. Thank you. But I didn't have but I had 5 hours off. And I was like, how? 5 hours. And I had to go from a rehearsal to a thing. I was like, okay. So I took 50 milligrams of THC.
That is too much. That is too much THC to go on an adventure of that magnitude.
I got an Uber. And on the way there, I said to the guy, "How many times do you go here all the time, huh?" I'm alone.
Oh, my Lord.
I went up like it was Wally World. Look what I brought. Hang on. I brought my, not only did I bring my brochure from Mount Vernon, but I got it in French in honor of Lafayette.
Okay,
Look at the map.
it's gorgeous. Are we gonna learn about Lafayette later? Because their relationship was very interesting.
Right? Because it was like father, son, but...
It was like a little bit, it was a little, I would say, I don't know, Aubrey Maturin maybe?
Stepfather?
Word, girl, you're on the right theme here. Lafayette, I would fuck Lafayette.
I mean, everyone would fuck Lafayette.
I mean, seriously, people are like, oh my god, très bien. But yeah, I've been a role player in museums before, so I was waiting in line.
So you did fuck Lafayette?
I tried. I was like, bonjour. No, but I was standing in line, and I was like this because the drugs were taking hold. And a guy in like a uniform walked by, and I was like, oh my god, I've never been more ready for anything in my life. And I'm alone, so I really want to talk to somebody, you know what I mean? And he was like, and I was like, hi, you know? And because I've done this job, I know that like eager beavers are the worst, so I was trying not to be like, you know? But I was like, hello. And he goes, hi. And I was like, I understand we're going to the General's Library today. I wish I was kidding, exactly. And he was like,
The room of books, the books he touched. He caressed, he turned those pages, he cracked those
Did he?
spines.
which finger did he lick? That's where he turned the pages. And I watched this tri-cornered hat fucking motherfucker backed away and was like, okay, but probably because my eyes were like dish saucers. But I did wander around. I went to the breeding houses, yes. And as I'm walking down and things are getting like swirly, I go down this thing and there's a man, I'm not kidding, he was smoking a cigarette, which even in like 2016
It's
or whatever years was
Virginia.
very weird. He was smoking an American cigarette. I was like, Jesus, Mary, like look at us. He had his leg up like this, which, hello. And he's watching me walk down this long road. And he goes, hey, you want to go on a boat ride?
Never go to a second location. Even a nautical one.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Whether you're high seas.
I got on the boat. Oh, can I? Oh, yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Oh my God, and we looked at it from the Potomac and I cried and I ate popcorn and I listened to the captain say things like, on the left, the view the general would have had of the legendary day. I was running over to the left side of the boat. Oh my God, it was so great. And then I got to my job. I had a job because 5 hours later I had to go back to work.
That is another concern about the 50 milligrams of THC.
Yeah, well, I didn't drive. I had an Uber back. But but that's why I can't tell you who I was working for, because I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I have a lot of bosses who are going to be like, I did a job with her in D.C.
Which one was it?
She did great, though.
Of course you did great. You were gassed up. You went to the source. You
Oh.
tapped into that history, bro.
Girl,
You
I
like
wept.
went there.
I wept. I wept tears. Oh, the cupola. Oh.
You know, the last time I cried was at San Simeon. I feel like you and I could terrorize a tour guide
Oh, no.
better, I don't know, than anybody.
We have to go on a road trip, historical road trip. Listen, History Channel.
I don't
YouTube.
think the U.S. is ready for that. I think even just like a quick hit. You know,
Quick hit.
a quick hit.
We're just going to
In and
quick go to
out,
New
5
Orleans.
hours, make someone cry, cry ourselves from being overwhelmed by
Right.
the
Have you ever
history
seen
that's
this
in the
beautiful
room.
stained glass?
This is so meaningful.
Okay,
This
we
is so
gotta go.
meaningful.
Thanks for having us.
Do you know who walked these halls? I can feel their presence right now. It's inside me.
Ryan's got a gangbang in about 90 minutes. She's got to go back to work.
Not. I wish I had a gangbang in 90 minutes.
Gangbangs are so lucrative. I'm just going to go
I don't
read.
know. It's lucrative one time. One time it's lucrative, and then it's never lucrative again. I'm going to save that ticket until I'm
Is it-
70.
Is that, I feel like people should tell you that about a gangbang. If you only
Yeah,
get
they should.
one lucrative
They
one.
really, really should. That is knowledge for.
Do you get to pick the
advice.
gang?
If anybody wants to get into porn, I have 2 pieces of advice for you. 1, your first gangbang is the only lucrative one. And 2, never let someone take a picture of your feet for less than $20.
You hear that, class? We're going to take a quiz. At the end, we'll put that in the show notes. That's good advice. Do you get to pick the gang?
I haven't even. I'm saving my asshole for Jesus, which means that I'm already America's favorite stepmom. That means by the time I get to gangbang status, I'm going to be America's great-great-grandmouth. I'm all about just like a slow burn.
That's good. That's not, you know what, too? That's not a gonorrhea joke, is it?
No, not today at least. If I did more gangbangs, I'd have more.
No, I
gangbang
believe.
jokes.
I wouldn't doubt it. I trust you have the cleanest pussy in America. I think that because
You
you're
want to see my
nobody is-
paperwork? I've got papers.
Yes. Let me tell you what. I'm in
It's like a goddamn show
SAG-AFTRA.
dog.
SAG-AFTRA has never asked me about my pussy, not one time. They don't care if I have what I do with it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? My
I
dog
wash my
has
hands
papers. papers.
Before I go pee.
I appreciate that. Isn't that wonderful? That in all of the legislation that we have, that they really are paying attention to the important things. Okay, so we've seen Fort Necessity. Oh, here's some fucking history. All right. So George Washington, of course, marries Martha Custis.
Yes, he does.
She ain't his first love.
No, he has a woman before that, and also a surveying business.
Let's hear it for the surveying business, right?
Yeah,
Can we
youngest
show
surveyor
AJ, go to
in
the next
history.
girl. I want to show her.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh yeah, that's a babe. That's a freaking babe.
That's a babe. Why is she? This is. I don't know what that means.
This is the Sally. Starts with an F. For I need more tequila
No,
so my brain
Sally
works.
F. You guys, tell me you would have known who this was. Anybody else would have known George Washington's side piece? By the way, she was
Not a side
Not
piece.
a side piece.
Not a side piece.
Crush. She was a crush.
Crush. Her
before
father was
he
having
married.
none of his suit because he did not have money.
Sally
He barely had a job.
He barely had a job. He was Sally Fairfax is exactly right.
It's a
He didn't
little
have a
bit of
job. He
social
didn't have
glamour.
prospects. They didn't even know he was shooting blanks. But like poor Sally. Yeah, Sally Fairfax. But here was my multiple. I want to say my multiple choice anyway because I was really proud
yeah,
of the
yeah, of
names I
course.
came up with anyway.
You want to get pedantic?
Gwendolyn Sweat. Viable, right? Gwendolyn Sweat. Or Lucy Flucker. You wouldn't have gone with Lucy Flucker. Although I did pick Lucy Flucker because that was Henry Knox's wife's actual name. Henry Knox married Lucy Flucker. Write it down. Knox and Flucker. That's what they put on their wedding invitations. Knox and Flucker. There we go.
It's like a gastropub from 2012.
Oh,
Great
yes,
garlic rice.
only the finest.
Our Travis Dales.
If you don't get Knox, you may get Flucker.
Oh yeah.
Flucker, I hardly Knoxed her. I'll leave it.
Yeah, no, it's going nowhere. What do you got next?
All right, I have my favorite George Washington story. Now, don't you peek at me, girl. No, you can peek if you want to. I have to stand up for it because it's kind of an up-down sort of thing.
It
I feel
really
like I
is.
know.
I'm like perched.
I knew that Ryan and I would perform together someday.
We are in a pre-scissoring position.
Is that
We are. I feel like this is like we're posturing up. It's like we're doing the. Is it the haka, the dance? You know, to identify your enemy.
I don't know,
friend. Anyway, somebody you want to be in a scrum with.
Scrum. I feel like I need to write this down. Here I thought I was the teacher, and I'm learning so much. This is my favorite story about George Washington. Are you ready? This is the one okay, I'll just start.
Give it to us hard.
It's July 13th, 1776. I wanted it to be July 3rd, but that wasn't the day. It's July 13th. We just have to go with the facts. But here's what's important about July 13th, 1776, is that it is, of course, almost exactly 10 days after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, okay? And by the signing, I mean the signing, and then they read it, and then they read it to the troops, but you guys get it. This is what we call the last goddamn straw for King George III, right? He's been fairly tolerant up to this point. But when you cunts declared independence, this is after you done shot at us and after you done shot our tea in the ocean. Guess what? We're coming. And we're going to kick your ugly, stupid, poor, unorganized asses. AJ, go to the next screen, please. Bam! The Royal Navy. Ooh, oh, shit! Fuck! Shit! July 13th, 1776. George Washington has been the general of the Continental Army for 10 days. We have had independence for less than 2 weeks, and Daddy just showed up with his big dicks all out, and they're aimed at us. We don't have any boats.
No, and at the height of the war, I believe it was 27 to 270.
That is a crazy number that you remember, and I love that you know that. and the 27 that we had were like fishing boats.
Yeah,
with
they
guns
had
on
been
them.
requisitioned.
Yeah,
and
they were like throwing
retrofitted.
nets, like
It's a boat.
Yeah.
Kinda.
and then duck, right? Yeah, we were hoping for the best. Their boats.
This is the finest navy the world has ever seen.
The best armed. They just blasted Spain. Fuck you, Spain. Fuck you, Portugal. Fuck you, France. Fuck you, everybody. They have the biggest, best boats, and they've come here with all of their guns aimed at New York.
They're ready to fuck shit up.
And this is done. You're done. We're done with this. We can and will destroy you. The city of New York, John Hank, all these sluts who signed the fucking shit, you're dead. We're not fucking around. And they've made enough offers. Okay? And General Washington, when he took command, said two things very clearly. And he wrote it down in a bunch of letters. I will do this to the best of my ability, and I will not stop and I will not back down. And I don't think we can win. He pulled people aside and listen to me. I don't think I am able. I will do it, but I think we're gonna lose. Okay? But balls out, I'll die with you fucks. Let's go. Okay? So they knew where he stood. So it's hot too, it's July. I just got home from New York. It's hot. And they are like, we're ready to kill you. They keep firing little guns back and forth at each other. And what happens now is we make offers. And what the English are used to is now that you know we're here, and now that we know we can and will kill every single motherfucking one of you, we're gonna make an offer. Right? So go to the next slide, AJ. This cunt, General Howe. Lord William Howe, one of two brothers, hot, who happens to be serving, two brothers, the Howe brothers, one of them marries an American. He sends a messenger over to George Washington with a big envelope under the flag of truce from his ship, the Eagle. He says, go, this General George Washington, sounds like he calls the shots. We're going to bribe him. That's what we do. We offer him what he wants. Land, titles, British titles, exemptions from all of our punishments, whatever. Let's do this shit. So they send him, and the guy rows, flag of truce, rows over, and Joseph Reed meets him, and he hands him the envelope, and he says, here, this is from a little offer from Lord Howe to you guys. And Joseph Reed looks at the envelope, and the envelope says, Mr. Washington, Esquire. That's what's written on it. And he looks at it and says, I don't know anybody by that name. And the guy messes, oh my God, right? Washington, surely you know Washington? He goes, yeah. And I suspect you know his General Washington. And if you got a letter for General Washington, then you done best right. General Washington.
Get back on that boat. Get those oars out.
That's right. And the guy goes,
Get some blisters on those palms.
Keep in mind, today, 2025, people still back out of a room when they talk to these idiots. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for this guy to be like, fuck your envelope is like, you know. He goes, Esquire. Okay, you're not going to take it. He rows back. General Howe goes, what do you say? And he goes, wow, this is actually very unexpected. He didn't take it. He didn't even take the envelope. He said, oh my God, what did it say? Said something about General O.
What does Esquire actually mean at this time?
It's like Mr. It's like
well,
it's
got
nothing.
a Mr. Washington Esquire. It feels like, redundant.
It's nothing. Exactly. It's
Not
nothing.
a lawyer.
It's nothing.
Okay.
It's a diminished. Exactly. So he writes, he gets his pen. This is history. He gets his pen and he writes on the outside of the envelope, etc., etc. So it now says, Mr. Washington, Esquire, etc., etc.
That's just being a cunt.
And this idiot is like, I don't think this is gonna work. And he rows over, flag of truce, and he goes, and he hands the envelope. And Joseph Reed says, what the fuck is that? I'm paraphrasing. And he goes, it's lovely. Oh, well, the Lord Howe really apologizes. He could have gotten here before you signed the Declaration of Independence, i.e. treason. And that's what he wrote. But I did say treason.
Yeah, no, that's
you're very scary. You're very scary. And the guy goes, that's not General George. Oh, fuck. And Lord Howe goes, wow, I want to fucking kill these fucking guys so fucking bad. And his cannons, and he's just like, give me a goddamn excuse to blow these cunts at the face of the earth. Send it again. Send another message. This guy's name is Peter. Tell Peter to take it. Peter's more important, right? And they'd send him things as Peter's coming. So this guy, Peter, goes to the house, George Washington's house, with the same fucking envelope. And George Washington is eating dinner. And he doesn't stop eating. Big deal. And he goes, come on in, right? And Henry Knox and Nathaniel Greene are standing right behind him. And George Washington's eating. And this guy slides the envelope over. And George Washington notably doesn't look at it or touch it, just keeps eating. And the guy goes, please, Jesus, God, open the fucking envelope so we don't blow your shit up. Okay? And General Howe is so mad. And it's like, and George Washington says, it says, et cetera on it. And he goes, yeah, that includes everything that you could be. And he says, yes, and anything. I'm not anything. I'm General George Washington, and if he wants to talk to me, that's how he should address me. And then Peter says, well, listen, here's the thing. Actually, if you think about it, Lord Howe's doing you a favor because he's bribing you. It's a bribe. It's a bribe. And if we wrote it to General Washington, then General Washington accepted the bribe. So George Washington takes the bribe. Feels like...
That's a hell of an emissary. I'm just saying.
Right? He doesn't say it as clearly as I did. He's like, oh, Lord, they lament this terrible... But George Washington, didn't sign the Declaration of Independence because he wasn't a representative. So he didn't technically commit treason. That's the idea, is that you're just following the orders kind of thing, and we'll give you whatever you want. Stop. Quit. And George Washington says... He says, it's my understanding that Lord Howe can only offer pardons. And he says, yeah, that's right. And he says, well, men who have committed no fault need no pardon.
Ooh, yes.
And he stood up and he walked out of the room. And do you know what they did? They shot the shit out of New York. They did not kill everyone, though. And do you know one of the reasons why they couldn't actually get the attack they wanted on the city of New York that day?
Was it raining?
Yeah. Weather.
Yeah.
A hurricane. Divine providence, my friends, blew the British Navy away and gave time for George Washington and his army to strategically retreat. Oh, fuck.
Pray for rain.
That was just, you know what I mean? I didn't even get to crossing the Delaware. My friends, can we show, this is what I call the George Washington smolder. Give it up, Ryan. Show us. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, before we bid her a grateful farewell, does anyone have any questions for our guest speaker in class today? Career day, any questions about her career, about her love of history, any questions? You'd like to invite her over, I understand. Well, I know I just went to your OnlyFans because it was her birthday yesterday. And I was like, in honor of her birthday, I'll watch her chug a cock. It feels like this is the important. No, I was going to give you some money.
Oh.
And I saw it was like $8.90. It's $8.99 a month.
Yeah.
What do you get for that $8.99 a month?
Oh, treasures.
Treasures.
So much treasure. I just wanted to say, yes, yesterday was my birthday, and tomorrow is America's birthday.
That's right.
And I've always celebrated my birthday on the 4th of July, because then I get to say, happy birthday, Ryan Keeley and America.
And now so will we. From now on, ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause to the incomparable Ryan Keeley. Thank you, thank you, thank you. America, Donald Trump is a blowhard. He'll never be what George could see. I want to throw him out.
Thanks again to Lauren Harding and Ryan Keeley. Oh, please go right now to the show notes, follow them, and go see everything that they do, as long as it's not like at work or in front of your kids in some instances. Okay. And also a huge special thank you to Flappers Comedy Club and everyone who came out to see it live and the whole staff that helps make this show run so well. All right, AJ, Hazel, Joe, you are the best. And can you even with that music? Come on. All right, the HILF official musician, Kat Perkins, she's done it again. She just serves up these copyright-free bangers just for me. And I love them so much. I just want to wrap myself in a corset and die. Okay, and again, if you would like to not only hear but see this show or future shows, you have a couple of options, right? Check your calendar for the first 3 Thursdays of the month. Then you come make a plan. You come see us live, all right? Or you hop on over to Patreon and you join my illustrious subscribers and you get the video, bam, soon as I do. Or maybe like a week later because it takes me a minute. In the meantime, all right, your next HILF grows right around the corner. And it's going to be a dark page from LA true crime history. It's the Black Dahlia murder with my guest, fellow Wisconsinite and comedian Mary Gallagher. It's so great. She's so great. History's so gross, so unsolved. You're going to love it. Until then, this has been HILF. History I'd Like to Fuck with Dawn Brody. I'm Dawn Brody, reminding you that history is a party and everybody's coming.
So be true to your school now, just like you would to your girl or guy. Be true to your school now and let your colors fly. Be true to your school.